The conversation about your doctorate because people can't find your dissertation online.
Mm-hmm.
How are you responding to that in this new era of your life?
I'm going to clear it up once on here. I'm not doing it again. And I'm clearing it up for my doc squad, for my fan base, for my audience who deserve to hear me address it. For the folks who have already made up their mind to not like me or not understand me, listen, I don't give a fuck what your narrative is. I would like for you to recreate it, double down on it, and run that shit.
Now, you heard the lady here, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. As of late, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's credentials have come under heavy scrutiny and questioning. You've seen her on with Nick Cannon, with Shannon Sharp, with Cam Newton. She's always on Tonight's Conversation. She's been on with, I think, Ray J and a host of other people, right? She's always talking about love and relationships and, you know, male and female dynamics and all these kind of things, right? But in front of her name is Doctor. Again, her credentials have come under question, much like our other good brother, Dr. Umar Johnson.
I beg your pardon?
Now, there's an excerpt from her website, and the biggest part that's come under fire is her doctorate degree in counseling and psychology from Argosy University. She went on the Joe Budden podcast a couple weeks ago, and she didn't do herself any favors by talking about how she doesn't operate under the moniker of doctor because she has to ask for insurance. And also she says that she's trying to help her community, the black community, because she doesn't want anybody to get a bad mental health diagnosis under their jacket and things like that. She's just trying to help people parse through their life struggles.
I no longer practice under a license.
And
now I'm in private practice, what I'm saying. And that's what people don't understand, right? So just to educate some folks a little bit, a license is really only needed so you can bill insurance. Majority of people who know that in order to bill insurance as a therapist or a physician or a psychologist, psychiatrist, you have to diagnose. So what do they rather do? Pay out of pocket.
That's what I
And
do.
so when I realized that, I thought, well, okay, it may create a gap within our community, our black community, who can't afford health care or afford mental health services. But it also is a way that, you know, as a therapist, two things, you can obviously make what you deserve because therapy is real. We're giving everything we have in there. And we're unpacking shit and we're helping you process through things. So it's not us sitting there where if you're an effective therapist saying, tell me more. You should be unpacking. And you should be able to take somebody and drive with them to their goal.
And so after she said that on the Joe Budden podcast, she has now doubled down here on the Breakfast Club, Power 105 FM. Now, fair use to Breakfast Club. I have a thumbnail in front of the video because I don't want them to give me a copyright claim, much like I did with the Joe Budden clip, okay? So we're going to listen to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant talk about her doctorate because people were looking for her dissertation and they couldn't find it. So again, this is why, another reason why her credentials have come into question. So we're going to break this down. Before I do, of course, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to further contribute to this channel. Hit the join button down below to become a member of the channel. Hit the hype button to help me get through the algorithm, push me up in the algorithm, and hit the Cash App, $sign Mr. Normie. So let's let the good Dr. Cheyenne Bryant tell us what's going on with her credentials, her doctorate. All right, let's go.
I don't give a fuck about it. Now, to my doc squad, my fan base, my folks, you know, my village, it's very simple. I went to a school, Argosy University, completed an entire program. I went back online to get my official transcripts because I was applying to a law school many years ago to be a professor there. And I had to provide my transcripts, right, to get hired. And I went to contact the school and say, hey, I need my official transcripts. I need my entire thing. And there was no school.
No school. Okay. Now there is something going on. Again, shout out to Cam James. He did a good video. And they were talking about in there, he was talking about in there how I guess this school somehow they got shut down or something like that. But the word is that you should still be able to find her dissertation, even though the school is maybe defunct at this point. Her dissertation, there should be a record of her dissertation somewhere. Nobody can find it, right? So again, how can she back up her doctorate, moniker or her title rather, if there's no dissertation?
I was like, okay, I'm confused. I Google. It says this school has been shut down. I said, oh,
Well, they got to have records. I mean, they were accredited when I attended the school. They were accredited when I finished the program. I go and look, there is a third party that has the records. Why I contact the third party, that third party only holds records for 2 years.
Okay, so you mean to tell me that the place that had your dissertation, your records, only holds them for 2 years. So essentially, we have no proof. You yourself personally have no proof that you had a dissertation or that you hold an actual doctorate. Where is it?
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
Okay, all right.
Was past my 2 years. So that means that I had no access to records. And then I contacted, financial aid. You can't make up financial aid. It shows that I paid for a doctoral program alongside my master's program and my undergrad program. And they said, we can fully refund you your money under one circumstance. We give you your money back. You don't get credit for not a class, a course, a program you took in this university.
Okay, so you can they tell you can get your money back under one condition, that you don't get credit for your course, your classes basically, and so therefore your doctorate is essentially null and void, or whatever classes you took under financial aid and this school, this institution, is pretty much all erased. Wow.
This institute. So do you want us to refund you? Or do you want us not? I said no, because I didn't want to risk the chance of them saying, well, we're going to give you back your money, and it wipes out your entire program. Luckily, I had, I do this with all of the schools. I had downloaded from the actual student portal my transcripts at that time. And I was able to get just about all of my transcripts, including up to like dissertation. But everything else, there's just no holding take for any of our records, which I think is completely effed up.
They are going to kill you online this week. They're going to say she has no records. They just want to hate you regardless.
No, that's fine. And it's not.
DJ Envy, you are absolutely right. We're here. That's me. Yes, cooking. That's right. And a host of other people that says, okay, so why are you using the term doctor then if you have no proof? I get it. You know what? And if the benefit of the doubt, you went through the doctorate program and you can't get proof of it because something happened with the school. That's very unfortunate. Your dissertation is nowhere to be found. You have transcripts for everything up to your dissertation. So the dissertation is like right before you graduate, right? You do the dissertation, you graduate, and then you get your doctor, your title, right? So essentially you have no proof that you're a doctor, which again is unfortunate, but that is the truth, right?
Now there's no records that I don't. The school had a third party that carried the records only for a limit of 2 years. So it's not me, it's any student that attended RTC. But again, it doesn't affect me, because if I chose to go get a license as an LMFT, I have my master's in marriage and child therapist, I have my hours. I can just take that and say, hey, let me submit these for licensure, and I want to go sit for my exam, and I'll have to do a study. I don't need a doctorate in counseling psychology to go get licensed as a therapist. That's what we're all missing.
They say the reason that you don't get questioned or tested as much is because of your quote unquote looks.
I said this last time I was on, you might be my alter ego brother. Because some of the stuff you say is just right up the alley of what needs to be addressed. So there's pretty privilege, and I've learned that there's pretty punishment. And I didn't really understand that term until...
Okay, all right, pretty punishment. Let's dig into that real quick. What is she talking about?
I got into my field. And I want to say this, I've been in my field for 18 years. I didn't get into this field to become famous, to become a celebrity. I got in this field because I was a little girl from the inner city who was tenacious and determined to make it out. Mm-hmm. And I had a lot of broken pieces and abandonment. And when God provided me tools that helped me take my broken pieces and make peace from it, go from my wilderness into my promised land, which I talk about in my book, Live Your Promise, I thought, wait a minute, I got to make sure I give everybody I come in contact with these principles, because everyone deserves that freedom and that healing that I'm experiencing, what I call God's peace. All right. And so with that, people got a whiff of it. And, the fan base, the folks made me famous, made me a celebrity. I did not grow.
I mean, maybe you weren't chasing fame, but you got it. You're here now. That creates scrutiny for everyone, myself included. Everybody gets scrutiny when they get to a certain level. Nobody's exempt from this. Athletes, celebrities, intellectuals, they all get questioned about their credentials, okay? Did you go to this school? Did you really have this doctor? Do you really have this degree or this certification? You know, how good are you really? Everybody gets questioned about this. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, you are in the crosshairs now, and it doesn't look good for you.
And say, hey, I want to listen, I'm a good looking woman. I've had access to the industry for my entire life. If I wanted to be famous, I would have went maybe the actress route or the modeling route. Easy call for me. So none of that. No one goes to college and gets multiple degrees to say, I want to be famous. Now, do I love it here? Yeah, I love it. I'm grateful for it. I appreciate it. If folks would focus on, Doc, how did you create your own lane? I don't want to be you, but damn it, I want my own lane to occupy. I would give them the tools like I'm doing in my book, Live Your Promise, about how I did it.
Okay, now she's going to her book, Live Her Promise, Your Promise, which is her new book. A lot of people saying that's the pivot that she's going to go to out of therapy into this book lane. But anyway, the doctor title, again, much like Dr. Umar Johnson. Are you really a doctor? You have the title, but you don't actually practice in the field. You're doing life coaching. You're doing, XYZ, but you're not practicing under an actual doctor. That is always going to be a problem for you. Like everybody that holds a title doctor and not actually in the profession. Matter of fact, after that Joe Budden thing, she came under heavy scrutiny on social media, TikTok, Instagram. People were roasting her, and the crazy part about it was actually a lot of women, because a lot of our therapists are females. But in particular, black women were coming after her because of what she said on the Joe Budden podcast. I think that this will continue to happen. Yes, she's internet famous, okay? She's intelligent, for better or for worse. I mean, I give her credit. She's intelligent. She's been to school. Maybe she doesn't have a dissertation, but she's been to school. She's intelligent, and she's good looking for her age, okay? But the fact of the matter is, you hold the title doctor. You have no proof of being a doctor. So we can only go by your word, unfortunately, which is going to always be a problem, doctor. Just remember that. And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about what Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has had to say of late about her career and her credentials, her educational credentials, down in the comments section, okay? And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. We're out of the door. And remember, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, because again, like I said, this is not going away. Reality checks are free. See you next time.